For months, rumours have swirled about King Charles's health, but now, the whispers have been given weight. According to revelations from Lady Colin Campbell and journalist Dan Wootton, the king's condition is far more serious than the palace has publicly admitted. Behind the calm statements and carefully managed appearances lies a stark truth: His Majesty is not well, and his illness is incurable. Lady Colin, never one to mince words, described what insiders have long feared: the king is dying. Not in the sensational way tabloids might use the word, but in the heartbreaking reality that his body is waging a losing battle. Since ascending the throne, King Charles has reportedly been dependent on heavy medication to manage a form of cancer that doctors believe cannot be fully cured. His strength, courage, and unwavering sense of duty have kept him going, but the strain is undeniable. Dan Wootton echoed this sentiment, painting a picture of a monarch doing everything in his power to fulfill his role despite the physical toll. According to his sources, the king's daily routine has been drastically scaled back, with more responsibilities gradually delegated to Prince William. Yet, even in frailty, Charles remains determined to serve his people. He refuses to let his illness define his reign, one insider reportedly told Wootton, a testament to the king's steadfast character and deep sense of responsibility. This revelation is not about scandal or palace intrigue, it's about a man, a father, and a monarch fighting to uphold a legacy built on service. King Charles waited a lifetime for this crown, and to face such a cruel twist of fate so soon after his coronation feels profoundly unfair. It's as if destiny handed him the throne only to take away the time to fully reign. Lady Colin's words carry both gravity and compassion. She made it clear that the king's illness is no longer something that can be downplayed or brushed aside. He's not in a position health-wise to carry the full burden of the crown, she said, noting that the weight of the monarchy and the stress of ongoing royal scandals has taken a visible toll. It's not just the public duties, it's the emotional strain of trying to hold together a family and an institution under immense pressure. The Prince Andrew scandal, once thought buried, has resurfaced at the worst possible time. It's an unwelcome distraction for a king whose energy should be conserved for recovery, not damage control. Insiders say the renewed controversy has deeply saddened Charles, who now faces the impossible task of balancing family loyalty with royal accountability. At a time when he needs peace, the monarchy is once again engulfed in turmoil. And yet, amidst all of this, the king's composure has been remarkable. There has been no self-pity, no complaint, no attempt to draw sympathy from the public. Those close to him describe a quiet resilience, the kind of dignity that defined his mother, the late Queen Elizabeth II. It's that same stoic spirit that now sustains him, even as his body weakens. Dan Wootton's sources have also revealed how Prince William is stepping up, taking on more ceremonial and administrative duties behind the scenes. The transition is subtle but noticeable. William is not replacing his father, but supporting him, ensuring that the monarchy continues to function smoothly without overburdening the king. It's a partnership built on respect and love, not ambition or rivalry. There's something deeply moving about this phase of the monarchy. For once, it's not about power struggles or public feuds, it's about endurance, faith, and family. Lady Colin's and Wootton's revelations, while sobering, also remind us that beneath the crown is a man who has given his entire life to duty. King Charles may not have the robust health of his early years, but he possesses something far more important: resolve. He continues to meet with advisors, read state papers, and fulfill constitutional responsibilities, even when doctors advise rest. Those who have seen him recently speak of a softer, more reflective king, one who understands that his time may be limited but is determined to make every moment count. It's a portrait of quiet courage, not weakness. Lady Colin, known for her sharp wit and royal expertise, has made it clear that the nation must prepare itself emotionally for what lies ahead. But she also emphasized that the king's spirit remains unbroken. He may be ill, but he is still the king, she said firmly, and that sums it up perfectly. Illness may take its toll on his body, but it cannot touch his devotion to his people or his crown. Dan Wootton, too, struck a compassionate tone, calling for empathy rather than speculation. This is a man doing his best under impossible circumstances, he said, urging the public and the press to show the same grace that Charles has displayed throughout his life. And indeed, the king deserves that grace. He has endured personal pain, public criticism, and now a cruel twist of fate that tests both his body and his spirit. Yet through it all, he remained steady, not out of pride, but out of a deep sense of obligation to his country. In a world obsessed with scandal and spectacle, perhaps the most powerful story of all is this one, a monarch facing mortality with dignity, courage, and humility. Lady Colin Campbell and Dan Wootton have merely lifted the veil on what many have long suspected, but their revelations do more than confirm the king's condition, they remind Britain of the human heart beneath the crown. If this truly is the twilight of King Charles's reign, then let it be remembered not as a time of weakness, but as a moment of grace. The king is fighting, not just for his health, but for the stability of the monarchy and the faith of a nation.